Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Chuck Jones, here with Jay Miller and the whole Zone Sports team, Andy Millay, Mary Millay, and Logan Clifford. We'd like to thank you for joining us tonight as we bring you Zone High School basketball. Tonight's game is the Valley Indians being entertained by the Northwest Mohawks, and we're here at the home of the Mohawks out here in what is this, McDermott?
This is God's country.
It is God's country.
This is God's country.
You're absolutely right. You know, should be a big game tonight. It's an SOC matchup between two pretty equally matched teams.
Right.
You know, what are we thinking, Jay?
Yeah, we're looking at a couple of schools that, they've not had the most successful year as far as wins and losses. Valley comes in at 5-13 overall, 3-8 in the conference. And Northwest, they've only won one game in 18 outings, and the lights just went out. What's fun about this game is, we're eating good in the neighborhood tonight, Chuck.
Yeah.
You know, these two teams, they share a lot of the same friends, their neighboring school districts.
They're just a couple miles apart.
Yeah. So a little bit of evidence to that is if you look down here on the right side, Valley has their student cheer block out here just as strong as if it was a home game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see these kids all come together and facing each other. They've not had a great year, but they're excited to play this game head-to-head tonight.
Well, that is awesome. Well, we want to thank tonight's game sponsor, which is King's Daughters Medical Center. And King's Daughters Medical Center, Ohio, as they bring all of our games to you guys and our local events and our studio sponsorship with our local programming. We'd like to thank them as they are a big supporter of our area youth and our area in general. We'd also like to thank Real Estate Gallery as they were sponsoring tonight's national anthem. And again, they have been our longtime national anthem sponsor going on 10 years.
Yep.
You know, Nancy Hawk and the gang out there do a great job, and we'd like to thank them. Tonight's halftime sponsor will be Donnie Martin Heating and Cooling, as they are natives of this area as well.
Yes, they are.
You know, we want to thank them. They do a great job. And here's the game.
So Northwest, first opportunity to get on the board here, coming off a narrow loss at West Union. Down by 3 with a chance to tie at the end of the game and just off the mark. Close loss there, and they start out with the ball, but they're unable to score on this end. Valley throwing the ball away down on the opposite end. Valley coming off a lopsided loss at Memphis. So both teams coming off a loss going into tonight's game. Yeah, that's one of the things they talked about there. Both coaches talked about taking care of the basketball and really limiting turnovers.
Yeah.
And both teams have had issues with that this year. That's Andrew Shope scoring the first points for the Valley Indians. Shope is one of those go-to guys.
Yeah.
5'10", senior. A lot of leadership here on the Valley Indian squad. Pass inside, off the mark there. That's Timmy Emmons.
They're not getting any second chances so far.
Too quick to the other end. Tyler Mitchell with 2, down 4-0, and timeout.
We'll take a break, and we'll be back right after this.
Used Automotive at 5907 Lucasville Medford Road in Medford is a buy here, pay here car lot, which specializes in cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by AJ's and visit with Aaron, Jody, and Brian. They'd love to work with you. Check out AJ's Used Automotive on Facebook, where you'll be able to see pictures of all the vehicles on the lot. AJ's Used Automotive is located right beside of the Muletown Mini Mart and AJ's Automotive Service. Drop by AJ's Used Automotive, a buy here, pay here car lot.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And for those of you just joining us, we are here at Northwest's Gymnasium, bringing you the best in high school basketball here on the Zone.
Valley applying a little full court pressure there. And Braden Bournes with a 3-point shot, just off the mark. But Ashton Hall follows up with the deuce. 4-2 is your score, 6:23 remaining. in the first period. Back cut off the flex. Nice pass, 24, Braden Borens. Or 24, Mason Zaylor, I should say. For the Valley Indians scoring there. Mohawk starting lineup tonight. Timmy Emmons, Braden Campbell, Chase McClay, Ashton Hall, and Braden Borens. Driving hard inside, number 10, Timmy Emmons there. Junior trying to take it to the hole, fouled on the way in.
So he'll go to the line.
Tanner Cunningham picking up his first personal foul. Team's first. And Emmons making good on the first free throw. And, you know, we talk about free throws a lot, Chuck, but I think tonight it really rings true how important free throws could become in this game.
You know, I definitely agree, Jay. I mean, this could make or break this game when your teams are evenly matched.
Emmons making both of those. Again, looking for the flex cut, and that's what they're running is the flex offense. There he was on the low block. Nice left-hand drive. He's going to pick up the foul. One of a couple of guys could have been guilty there. That's going to be on 23, Ashton Hall. That'll be his first personal foul, as well as the Northwest Mohawks as a whole. Cunningham missing the front hand. Valley starting lineup, Andrew Shope, Tyler Mitchell, Caden Millette, Tanner Cunningham, in and out with his second, and Mason Zaylor. Northwest doing something a little bit different tonight, and they did it against West Union as well. They went away from their traditional zone defense. They matched up man for man, and that's going to be a foul. I believe he was inside the arc, so he'll be shooting two, and that's a foul on Mason Zaylor as he closes out on the jumper.
5:20 left to go in this first period.
So talking to Coach Jason Smith, he just said, you know, I felt like the kids needed accountability when you're playing man-to-man. That's your guy. You know, you can't point at anybody else for not picking him up or whatever. You know, if he scores 20 points, that's on you. So they picked that up against West Union and really sat down and played good defense, and that put them in the game.
Well, that's good. And there we go. There's the tie-up.
So Ashton Hall with the bucket. Now Mason Zaylor with his one personal foul. He scores inside. These teams really match up pretty evenly. You look at both sides of the ball, they've got similar athletes. Zaylor might be your biggest difference in there at 6'5". He's kind of a body. But, you know, so is Braden Borens at 6'4". Foot was on the line. That's a 2. The 23, Ashton Hall, now with his 6th point of the contest. Valley still sticking with the flex offense, which is basically just get a flex cut into the lane and down screen on the man who set that screen. He pops up to the elbow and you continue. That's a motion offense.
Yep.
So I can just go left to right and continue to run it until you get a shot. Shot right there, number 3, Andrew Shope off the mark. Fortunate enough to get the rebound. 12 now back up, and his does go down. That's Caden Millette with the 3-ball.
Nice shot.
Try the left-hand runner there. Braden Borens coming up short. Valley quick to bring the ball down the floor. Again, the left-hand shot off the mark. And Braden Borden's been busy tonight, hasn't he? Both ends.
Yeah, I'm noticing most of these teams aren't getting a second chance, you know?
Yeah, not a lot of offensive rebounds, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Zaylor now picking up his second foul. That's not a good thing for the Indians. He'll need to sit down, as does Tyler Mitchell. We get subs that come into the game. Chase Clark, one of those, and Connor Fell, the other. Billy Crabtree with the left-hand drive forced the foul. From deep.
Ooh, so close.
And back up.
There we go.
Tyler Mitchell for Valley. I keep going back and forth on these. That's Timmy Emmons for the Mohawks with the putback. And we talked about that, and it's so important to get offensive rebounds. Second chance points.
It is.
Valley still sticking with the flex. Good look at the basket, just off the mark, a little heavy-handed. Billy Crabtree going to dribble the ball down here. See if they can't set up the Mohawks for a bucket. Another drive, well short, gets his own rebound. Steps out, 3, back iron. And now we got a whistle inside. Let's see where we're going with this. That was just
I think an out of bounds call.
That was a gang in there.
What was it?
So we got a foul on Timmy Emmons. That'll be his first personal foul. Yeah, you had some guys jumping around there like jumping beans trying to get the rebound. And somebody's got to pile on somebody accidentally, if nothing else.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Otherwise, it becomes a free-for-all. Billy Crabtree about went down there. As does.
That one almost went in anyway.
Yeah, Cade Millett falling down. Almost got that shooter's touch.
Yeah.
No call there. Mohawks in pass and screen away mode. Little motion offense. Flat-footed shot.
Yeah. It was rather straight.
Ashton Hall kind of got caught up there. Wanted to put it up, so he did it anyway. No sense in urgency here. 10-11, very close game.
Yep.
Take good shots. V-cut to get open. Again, another strong drive inside, and we're seeing a lot of that and a foul. Tanner Cunningham forcing the issue.
They give him the basket.
So he will score. And Braden Campbell, freshman, number 11 with the foul.
It is a hot gymnasium
It is
tonight,
warm, and you know that's got to affect them eventually.
It's got to.
You know, I'm sure they're already cracking a sweat out there.
Yeah. I mean, we're on the second level, which is going to be a little warmer up here, but this is the warmest I've ever felt it up here.
Yep. Yep. Rolled up my sleeves to get to work.
That's it, man.
And it's warm.
We'll take a nap at halftime, you know. 1 minute, 18 seconds left to go in the first period as the score is 14-10 with the Indians leading the Mohawks.
Campbell makes good
it's
for
the
on
tribal battle.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure how to put that. And, you know, live in a PC world, so I was just going to stay with it. But I like it.
That's it.
Nice feed inside. Look at that power move and the putback. I'll tell you what, Timmy Emmons right there, that's the best shot I've seen. Just sticking with it and putting it right back up off the glass.
That's it.
Great effort there by
Got
Timmy
some
Emmons.
determination going on.
6'1" junior. Valley now trying to get those elbow screens, looking for the cutter.
Right at 30 seconds left. It'll take some time.
Yeah, a little 1-4 high and a whole lot of motion offense here. Now they'll reset. Do some of the same things. Northwest, I think they've seen this offense before, so they're doing a good job of defending. Just looking for that elbow cut. Valley being very patient. And that's the end of the first period. They don't even get a shot off. I don't think they realized that it was running down.
I don't think they did.
Quick first quarter.
That's it. Well, we'll take a quick break, and we'll come right back with the second period after this.
In the heart of downtown Portsmouth is the area's oldest pawnbroker, B&B Loan. No matter what you're looking for, it's probably come through the doors of B&B at some point in time. With a large selection of jewelry, TVs, tools, DVDs, musical instruments, and did I mention jewelry? B&B has the largest collection of pre-owned jewelry featuring many popular and one-of-a-kind pieces. No matter what you're looking for, shop local first by coming into B&B Loan, located near the Esplanade at 837 Gallia Street in Portsmouth.
Desco. We believe loans to small businesses result in stronger communities. We believe the experience and ability to make local decisions awards you the home field advantage. We believe quick decisions and straightforward answers are what you need to get started. At Desco, we have terms to fit your business. Desco Federal Credit Union. We make business loans.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back. Score on the board is 14-12 as the Indians have a slight lead on the Mohawks. Starting up the second period right now. A lot of action on the floor. Mohawks looking for a chance to score. They're being patient, taking their time.
Tough pass. I think he thought he was going to go to the hole there, 34 for the Mohawks. That's Brandon Hobbs in the contest.
Yep.
Northwest will play a lot of kids tonight. You know, I think I actually mentioned that I'm not sure which one of them wasn't starting, but Billy Crabtree was in that starting lineup.
Yeah.
My gosh, it's warm up here.
I know.
Wow.
I know, man.
I'm starting to really feel it.
I told you, man, halftime is going to be nap time.
A little overplay on defense. I like how both teams are playing just good defense.
They are.
They're so well matched up, even quickness-wise.
Yep.
This game could certainly go down to the wire. No, he didn't pass it to himself. You're not allowed to do that. It was deflected. Now it's deflected out of bounds, and Valley will retain possession of the basketball as we get a couple of subs into the game. Dylan Ellis comes in. Wide open there in the middle. You know, and you'd be so surprised. That's one of the toughest shots in the world to make.
Is it?
That little mid-range shot, you know, probably 8-9 feet. It's not a layup. It's not a jumper. It's just tough.
Really?
Because you don't take a lot of those.
No, you don't.
You know?
Yeah, it's usually blocked up.
Kids would rather shoot from three than they would that little short range. You'd be surprised how many of those shots they would miss.
That's funny.
From behind the arc, a little long. Fortunate to get the long rebound, but can't get it to go back is Braden Campbell. And now Valley quick to get back down the floor. A little wild with it there at the end. Probably should have went ahead and gone over the defender. And we got a foul.
Yeah.
So Brandon Hobbs is going to pick up the personal. 6'5" senior. And that will put Cade Millett on the line.
That's it. A few sponsors in tonight's game. We want to thank God's Way Church and BG's Pizza there in New Boston. Big thanks out to them. We also want to thank AJ's Auto Sales and AJ's Automotive Services right out here on Lucasville Medford Road, as well as the Atomic Credit Union, B&B Loan, Barron Murphy Insurance, Hope Shores Treatment, Jake Sulzer's State Farm Agency, as well as the Desco Federal Credit Union, the Portsmouth Cinema 8, and the Portsmouth Public Library.
Miss on the free throw. Karen was out of bounds. Billy Crabtree back into the contest as Northwest goes up against the full court pressure. Nicely broken, but one too many passes.
Yep.
Losing control of the basketball a little bit there was Chase McClay. Tried to make something happen.
Oh,
Fortunate to get it back. Never going to get a foul there on 34.
that's a shame because
That's
he just
Brandon
passed
Hobbs.
it to number 4.
Yeah,
They shouldn't.
yeah.
They shouldn't give him a foul for that.
Does that make him an Indian giver
I don't know.
there? You know, he threw the ball away to number 4, and then he tried to take it back.
Maybe so.
You know,
maybe so, yeah.
and he was a Valley Indian.
Yep.
That was a dad joke.
You know what though? It's two teams with Indian-related names.
This is true. The Valley name's just not that specific, though.
No,
Mohawk is very
they're
specific.
more inclusive.
Yes.
You know. My favorite mascot is still the West Virginia Polka Dots.
The Dots.
The
yeah,
Dots.
from Polka High School.
That is something. Made the list of the top 50 strangest mascot names.
Right?
Yep.
Well, if this was a game that was numerically out of hand, we could
Uh-huh.
probably do that.
That's true. We probably
But-
could.
We'll watch the game instead.
Yeah, the ceramics. What were they? Whoever.
Yeah,
there was one-
Mechanicsville. Is Mechanicsville?
I don't know. It was something, and it was the ceramics, and I
Yeah.
was like, really? Yeah, that was the Ohio one. And there was some we just didn't understand.
Mm-hmm. Quick cut, nice feed, just not able to finish there. Number 22, Chase McClay. McClay is the young man who had an opportunity to tie the game, send the West Union game into overtime, and just off the mark.
Really?
And I tell you, this Northwest team, it's coming along, and it's so fun to talk to coaches.
Yeah.
Because this is their pride and joy. This is what they do. And when you talk to Coach Jason Smith, how you doing, Coach? You're 1-17. He said, man, I'm doing great. I think our program's heading in the right direction. We've lost so many games by small scores,
Yeah.
small deficits. These kids are coming along. We've got some kids coming up. We've got new facilities getting built. Got a lot of pride out here.
You know what? That's great to hear him so positive.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's a hard thing to be given the situation.
Yep.
Cade Millette, quick 2 there. And that's just not stopping the ball. Chase McClay taking it to the hole with the payoff.
Is he allowed to dribble sitting on the floor like that?
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely, because once you're down on the floor like that, if you do move around, if you roll, that's going to be considered traveling.
Really?
But if you put the ball on the floor, then it's not.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Watch the Harlem Globetrotters. They do a whole lot of that. They'll
Yeah, but
slide
I-
10 feet,
I don't
dribble.
I don't think that's really.
It's not within the rules
yeah,
all
I
the
don't-
time.
Yeah.
No.
You got to love them, though, man.
It's a lot of fun. I've taken the grandkids there a few different times, and they enjoy it.
I tell you. When we were young, they were like a huge deal. I remember
Oh,
they were on
yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah,
You know, they were on everything.
Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. Yeah, Meadowlark Lemon.
Oh, Andy says they've got a woman on the team now.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First female Globetrotter. That's awesome. You what? Oh, Andy says she's spectacular. How does
Wow.
she,
Get in there, Billy Crabtree. What a move. All right, deserves to get the payoff at the end of that trip. Did a nice move to get through the interference, just off the mark on the layup. Our officials tonight, Dave Hopkins. Boy, he's been around for a good long time, one of the best in the area.
go, Dave, go.
Yeah, he's blowing the whistle tonight with Brian McPherson and Chase Marshall. So yeah, Jason and I was talking a little bit before the game, and he talked about long-term goals, and they want to get back to where they're they're relevant in the SOC and have an opportunity to win some conference titles, and they've only won 2 conference titles in the history of the program.
Really?
Yeah, 1963 and then 1998. And
Wow.
Coach Smith played on that 98 team. Of course, Jerry Barlow was the star of that team. I'm sure his name is listed over here on the right
Probably
as
so.
far as all-time scorers. And speaking of scoring, 22, Chase McClay getting that one to go down. Stan Doddridge was the coach of the 63 team, and Stan's son was the coach of the 98 team.
Wow.
So, all in the family.
That's it.
They also said that they'll be adding Eastern Brown to their schedule next year. Nice pump fake. Got Billy Crabtree up in the air. And Dylan Ellis doing a good job of getting that ball to go down. Watch those moving screens there at the elbow.
Yeah.
Make sure you're set. Nice pass. And we're going to get a block on the left side. Not a popular call, but Mr. David Hopkins emphatically tells us that is what went down.
Yep.
But Dylan Ellis picking up the foul there. He's a 5'8" sophomore. Corner screen to no avail. Crabtree now setting up an offense. Nice inside pass.
Yeah, look at that.
I'll tell you what, Northwest is, they've made their bread by really storming down the lane and making a few things happen.
Well, and they've made, 25% of their shots right now has been fouled.
Yeah.
Yep. Just about.
Just
So,
taking it to the lane, forcing the action, making Valley foul, and in this case, giving you a chance of three-point play.
Yeah.
Plus, you want to give Valley in foul trouble. They do have some very good basketball players on this team. You know, you look at Tanner Cunningham, he scored 33 points against Oak Hill this year.
Wow.
He's a very streaky shooter, and if he's in the zone, he's very capable of putting up a bunch. Mason Zaylor had 21 in a win against Payne Valley, and that's your banger inside. The quick foul there, now 23 for Valley. Tanner Cunningham, that'll be his second personal foul. 1 point game, as good as we expected. Again, driving down the lane. Short on the three ball with the kick out. It's Braden Bournes, and he likes that three ball. Twisting shot there.
Nice
Caden
one.
Millette
That was a nice one.
able to change his shot midair. Nice kiss off the glass. We're going to get a foul there. That's going to be a number 10, Tyler Mitchell.
McClay going to go back to the line.
Both teams in the bonus. Pretty well called game thus far.
Everything about this game is pretty even so
Yep,
far.
Absolutely. McClay off the mark, a little heavy from the stripe on the first one, and on the putback, now Nathan Rivers gets fouled. So Mitchell picks up his second foul. That's 9 fouls on Valley. Wow, that's a bunch. Rivers makes good on the first free throw opportunity. You got to like that Northwest bench is pretty long. It's pretty deep. He's got a lot of kids getting in the game and getting experience. Just because this season's almost in the books don't mean next season's not coming right around.
That's right. A few more sponsors on tonight's game we'd like to mention. We'd like to talk about the Wheelersburg Cinema, the UPS store, the Department of Developmental Disabilities, as well as Sunspot Tanning, Stevens Power Pack, Sierras Havens, Shawnee State University, the Scioto County Career and Technical Center, as well as the Powell Insurance Agency. We'd also like to thank Bob and Floyd Tire Sales, the Stoltz Pharmacy out in Wheelersburg, and Wagner Rental.
There's a quick pick on the opposite end by Cade Millette. Comes down here and tries to make similar shot as before. He thinks he got fouled. No call. Mohawk ball. good inside position rebound. That's going to be on the floor, I would assume. No shot, but we are now in the double bonus. So Braden Boers will go to the line. Foul on Andrew Shope. That's his first. The team's 10th. Bourne's missing the free throw. We talked about the importance of free throws in a one-point game. Boy, we couldn't reiterate that anymore.
No.
Bourne's good on his second.
Well, they've made at least 7 free throws. You know?
Yeah. Missed layup over there, contested heavily by Chase McClay. Giving Northwest the ball again, a little Euro step there. And he's going to pick up the foul. This has become a foul fest.
Yep. Just a little over a minute left to go in this first half.
So Ellis has, according to my book, he's got 3 fouls. They show 3 up there, but they just announced his second. And they should have 11 team fouls now. Quick 3-ball back up. No good. A nice soft 3 there by Tanner Cunningham. Nothing but net. 24-22, under 1 minute to play now in the first quarter. Looking for the cut. Shope did a good job of deflecting there.
Yep.
McClay picks up the foul after the fact. Now Valley will go to the free throw line.
That's it. A few more sponsors we want to mention. We want to mention the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency, as well as Gaddy's Pizza, Pro Pest Control, Rallies, the Smith Drug Company down on 2nd Street, and the Tri-State Securities, as they help protect your home and your possessions.
Ellis makes good with his first attempt. The in and out. Mohawks now with an opportunity to come down and do something with the final 30 seconds here in this half. Crabtree picked up early. They don't want him to have the ball, obviously. Cade Millette playing close defense on him. Perhaps he's the go-to guy, and you can see does a good job of getting the ball away, a steal, and then turned and fouled. What a play by Cade Millette.
That was.
Big hustle there. Crabtree, who Millette was overplaying there, was the fellow that fouled him there.
Right at 8 seconds left to go in this first half. Indians 25, Mohawks 22.
Millette having a nice game. Sure, his dad Steve's very pleased with his performance thus far this evening. And Mom Summer.
There we go.
2 for 2 on that trip.
But they don't have much time to make something happen.
3, 2, 1. Tries a Euro. Ball goes out of bounds. Less than a second to go. He's looking for the foul. No call. See, and it's funny, and they're friends with each other. He's looking at Millette like, you know you got me, right, Caden?
Yep.
You know, they're all buddies. These guys know each other very well.
Sure they do.
Well, 5-point deficit, 27-22 is your halftime score.
We'll go to halftime, and we'll come back right after this.
Everything your customers see tells a story. Let the UPS Store help you tell the right one. We do printing, packing, notarizing, faxing, shredding, binding, consulting, creating, designing, returning, mailboxing, and of course, shipping. Together, there's nothing we can't solve. Stop by our locally owned and operated UPS Store on 11th Street in Portsmouth today to see how we can help you with everything your small business needs. Still haven't tried our pizza? We have the deal for you. An 18-inch one topping for only $11.99 at BG's Pizzeria in Blackbirds of New Boston, Ohio. Call 740-456-8255 and order yours today.
And we're back here at Northwest Auditorium, or Gymnasium, as we get ready to start the second half of this ball game. I'm Chuck Jones, here with Jay Miller and the whole Zone Sports crew as we bring you high school basketball here on the Zone. Tonight's contest has been a great game so far, Jay.
Well, as we would expect, the two teams only 6 wins between them. Got nothing to lose. Season's about over here, so they want to get this win in the books. Valley getting first look. Nice pass inside. Missed shot, though. Big missed opportunity there. You're going to see a whole lot of effort out of both teams here in this second half as the Indians and Mohawks come out to play.
That's it.
On the warpath.
There we go. As we start the second half of this game, I'd like to thank King's Daughters and King's Daughters Medical Center Ohio for everything they do for Zone Sports and for our area. Big sponsors throughout our area, and a great place to go if you have health needs.
Yes.
My daughter was just there this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she had a upper respiratory thing.
Okay.
I mean, literally, it went in urgent care, was in and out of there in 25 minutes.
Nice.
Prescription and all.
Yeah.
They took care of her. I'm amazed at how fast they can go there.
Yeah. Well, just the medical industry in general has come a long way.
That's true. That's true. When I was in the Army, we were still using leeches.
So Tyler Miller making good on the three-point play there, and that's how Valley would begin the half now with an 8-point lead.
McQuay coming in there, and he gets it.
Nice soft shot with the right hand. Chase McClay off the glass. McClay 7 points, leading all scorers for Northwest offensively in the first half. Timmy Emmons and Ashton Hall each had 6. Nathan Rivers had 2, and Braden Boards, he had 2, as well as Braden Campbell.
So I was saying I'd like to thank everybody who's joining us tonight. I also want to keep in mind next week we're having the Berg at Valley game, which should be a good game. That's where you'll be able to watch on Saturday night when we bring that to you.
And you just watched a good basketball game part of this one, right?
You sure did. Green
With,
at New
Green
Boston.
and New Boston.
That was a good game.
Yes, it was. And New Boston plays Eastern, I believe, tonight.
Yes.
That would be a big game as well. Tournament implications on that one. Got a nice drive there, number 10, Timmy Emmons, taking it to the hole.
The other night, did they say Eastern was in first place so
yes.
far? So, yeah, that'll be a big game.
Mason Zaylor picking up the foul there. That's his 3rd personal as Emmons goes to the line.
A lot of teams in the SOC for basketball here. Looks like 16 on the wall.
Right. Yeah, that conference has kind of grown a little bit over the years. Of course, that's Division I and II over there.
Right.
Represented.
So, It's a nice conference.
And Emmons scoring on both shots. Valley now back down the floor with the ball. Cade Millette led all Valley scorers with 10 points in the first half. Big first half. And the right hand, Andrew Shope scoring 2 there. He had 2 at halftime, now 4 total. So did Dylan Ellis. He had 4 as well. Tanner Cunningham had 5. Mason Zayler 4. And Tyler Mitchell had 2. Northwest kind of caught inside. What to do with this thing? Put it up in the air. Just off the mark there. 23 Ashton Hall. What we expected to see tonight was a whole lot of defense. A lot of busy work there. Some missed shots. You kind of expect that. When the defense gets amped up a little bit, the offense, it's tough for them to score. So we have sort of a low scoring game right now, 32-26 with 5:45 remaining. Nice drive down the left-hand side. That's going to be Cade Millette again, 12-point on the game, and it's 34-26, the visiting Valley Indians.
Has your life or the life of someone you love been impacted by mental health or substance abuse problems? If so, there's treatment available here in the Portsmouth area. Hope Source provides quality treatment by highly trained, compassionate professionals. We are committed to helping people and their families live complete, meaningful, and happy lives. Find us on Facebook or on our website, hopesourcetreatment.com, or call us at 740-353-HOPE.
Enjoy the good times a little more with the right plan. State Farm agent Jake Sulzer is here to help protect your dreams and loved ones with life insurance. Call Jake Sulzer today to find out which options are best for you. It's just another way we're here to help life go right.
Okay.
You're watching Zone Sports.
That's a lot of
Game on.
And we're back. 5:37 left to go in this third period, as the visiting Valley Indians lead the Northwest Mohawks 34-26.
Valley starting out at 1-3-1 zone. Now kind of matching up a little bit. Closing down those passing lanes. Millette falling backwards, tries to save it. Goes back to Northwest, missed shot. Now we're going to have a jump ball. No, timeout Valley.
How do you have a timeout when it's a jump ball situation?
I guess not. Okay, they called a foul. Called a foul on 22, Chase McClay. That'll be his second personal foul on the night. And the team second for this half. Both teams kind of working a small area, playing a lot of two-man games. Quick kick out. Good looking shots there from the wing.
Nice shot.
That's going to be Tanner Cunningham with the tray.
Jay, next week wraps up regular season.
Right.
And then after that, we'll get into sectionals, districts, regionals.
We get into the one and dones. You lose one, you're out.
That's it.
Tell you what, that could have been called offensive.
That
could have been called offensive. And I think we've got an injury there as Ashton Hall took one to the cheek.
So he's holding it.
Andrew Shope, he did a good job making his way in, but when he backed in, it looked to me like he was set. And he just knocked him down. That was a pretty big collision.
It was. Shope's leaving. He left the gymnasium.
So Valley again sinking back in that zone, and just quick turnover there Northwest. They just can't give the ball to the other team.
Yep.
Over and over. It's one of those things they really need to, to limit. And both teams have had quite a few.
That's true. Well, they'd have a better chance if Dave Hopkins was making better calls. Yeah. Just joking, Dave. Just joking.
That's good. That is good stuff right there. Billy. Oh, Billy steps inside the three and buries it.
That's it.
Billy Crabtree with his first points of the night. Valley doing a good job of holding him down. Valley back in that flex offense. Some would say that's archaic, but honestly, I think it's a good set offense that you can run. A little half-court set.
Yeah.
Motion offense. Run it till it's open.
Well,
you don't want to run it too much, but that's kind of true of every offensive set you got. Probably these coaches have 50 to 100 sets that they can pull out of their bag and use.
Man. Well, honestly, each 5 guys you put on the floor is going to react differently to different plays.
Absolutely.
So, yep. If the flex works for this group, that's great.
Crabtree, big rebound. He's going to come down and step behind the three.
That was smooth.
It's Billy's turn to score. Yeah, he steps up and just,
he stepped up slow.
Yeah.
I was like, check that out.
Yeah, nobody going to check me. I'll take this shot right here. We don't need an offense.
That's it.
Flex this,
Yeah. Here we go. McQuaid on the drive.
Oh, stripped there at the end. Man. Andrew Shope, what a great job of getting in there, swooping in and knocking that one away.
Well, he did.
And he did it without fouling.
That's the amazing part. Usually you see a big foul out of that.
Yeah. I gave the officials at halftime a hard time, like, what's the deal? 20-plus fouls in the first half, guys. Come on, man. We got things to do, you know. We can't be here all night,
Jimmy John's closes at 10.
That's right. So a little slower on the whistle this second half.
Yeah.
And no, that has nothing to do with me.
None of it.
Both teams cleaning it up a little bit. You play defense with your feet, not your hands. We had a whole lot of reaching first half, and we had a whole lot of moving screens, just some technical basketball rules that they were breaking frequently, and they got to call it. You got to keep the game safe. McClay missed on his first attempt, and he'll bury the next.
So it's now a 7-point ball game. That was close.
Yep. Looked like he might have dragged that foot.
That's what it looked like.
Lett picked up his dribble out there. Dead man gets it over to Shope. And look at the spin. That was both hands coming up. The left hand giving us some spin and the kiss off the glass.
Yep. It's a nice one.
Very athletic young man. And Northwest able to answer there. Braden Campbell with the putback. And still a 7-point game.
That's it. We'll have a timeout on the floor, so we'll take one as well. And we'll be right back after this.
King's Daughters, we put our heart into treating yours.
You should know the symptoms of a heart attack may be subtle, such as fatigue, heartburn, or even jaw or neck pain.
The best approach is to catch problems as early as possible,
before it becomes an emergency.
In fact, we can schedule you an appointment within 48 hours.
Because the best time to see a cardiologist is before you need one.
Cardiology appointments within 48 hours at King's Daughters. Call today.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back as Queen rocks the gymnasium.
Yes, they do. We will rock you. And, uncharacteristically, Shope makes a mistake there, steps in bounds before he actually releases the pass. That's a turnover just that quick to the Mohawks.
More importantly, did you know where Freddie Mercury was actually from?
I watched a documentary a couple of months about him before the movie came out, Bohemian Rhapsody, and that's a big foul right there.
Yeah,
again on Shope. but I do not recall.
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar?
Yep.
Yeah.
Zanzibar.
It's one of my favorite Billy Joel songs.
It's a great one, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. It's just
Is that
fun
on
to say.
52nd Street
You know, it's
album?
just fun
That
to
was good.
say.
Zanzibar. You know, that's also the best chocolate ice cream, and I don't know what that little dairy bar is in Piketon, but they've got Zanzibar ice cream. It's
Really?
a dark chocolate ice cream.
I have to try that.
Delicious. Gosh, we get off the topic, don't we?
Yeah, you know, it happens.
Got me driving to Piketon now after the game. Not that far away.
Well, if they speed this up.
Come on, Dave. Borden's good on his second free throw. 3 points on the game. Back down to a 6.
Mohawks are creeping back.
Yes, they are. Cade Millett again taking care of the basketball. I think he's had the most flawless game of the 10 on the floor.
You think?
Yeah, he's played very well on both ends. Indians very methodical here, taking their time. No big hurry, little 1-4 high. Ball screen. And from behind the arc, Shope, a little strong on that. Probably had a foul that wasn't called there in the middle.
Yeah.
Valley retains possession either way. Like Fell was going to be open on a back cut there. There he goes again, looking for it. Northwest kind of giving him some space. That allows them to burn a lot of clock, and that's a nice left-hand drive again by Show.
Tell you what,
he's come on here, 8 points in the third quarter.
Indians are getting a lot of nice little bump-in shots.
Well, Crabtree comes up a little short there. And Hopkins doing a good job of explaining to him why I called that last one. Don't do that again, son.
That's it.
Shope and Millett now, they've been playing together for a couple of years.
Under 10 seconds in this third period.
Plenty of experience on the floor there for Valley.
In and out, no time for the long shot.
So 8-point difference.
Well, that makes the end of the third period, and we'll be back right after this.
The Portsmouth Cinemas.
Sights, sounds, and smells, we give you all the feels you need for a fun time on the town. Want to enjoy a 3D movie or even throw a party? The Portsmouth Cinema is here for you. Looking for unbeatable deals on concessions? We got you. Need an affordable night out to relax with a movie? Super Tuesday to the rescue. We are always updating to give you the best experience possible. Visit us online at republictheaters.com or Facebook for showtimes. Portsmouth Cinema. When you've got the time, we've got the popcorn, the candy, the drinks, and the best movies around.
Sierra's Haven is a no-kill animal shelter located in Scioto County. They are a group of volunteers working together to help find safe, loving homes for adoptable pets. In its brief existence, they have made a difference in the lives of thousands of animals. Whether they were stray animals or needing medical attention, Sierra's treated, spayed, neutered, and found them wonderful homes. Your contributions to this organization can help get abandoned and abused animals off the streets and into a loving home. So when you're ready to give, think about giving locally. Charity begins at home.
Wow.
Yeah, up in Lexington.
You're watching Zone Sports.
That's a heck of a mix.
It really was.
Game on.
And we're back to start the fourth period here as the Indians lead the Mohawks 43-35. This is kind of the Mohawks' last chance to clear this up.
It is, you know, period 4, we're into the final quarter here, and the song was just playing that the house is rocking, don't come a knocking. Well, the houses should be rocking pretty hard here in this final period for both teams. Crabtree, big rebound down inside. Has to cover it up. He's used to them picking.
I'll say that
nice low, no-look pass.
Half-court roll there.
Yeah. No-look pass, missed shot. Kind of thought he got fouled. Coach Smith with a coaching opportunity there. Head faking, get him up in the air. Both coaches, Eric Horton for Valley in his first year, and Jason Smith working hard out here, getting these young men to play better each and every game. Mason Zahler staying with it there. Missed on the left side, get it on the other side. Superman drill.
That's it.
Shoot till it's in. Quick release, in and out. That's Braden Borens off the mark there. Millette pushes it down the floor. Quick feed inside. Wow, what a nice pivot into the glass. I'm telling you what, Mason Zahler very impressive on that play.
Well, let's take a quick break and we'll come back right after this.
Library isn't just a source for books anymore. We are activities. We are local history and genealogy. We are entertainment. We are DVDs and books on CD. We are online. We are education. We are mobile. We are everywhere. We are still books and reading. We are here for our community. We are here for you.
We are the Portsmouth Public Library.
I love the library.
To get on the right path for your future? At Scioto County Career Technical Center, you will be. With exciting new options in advanced manufacturing, robotics, 3D design, CNC, PLC, and CAD, we are providing the tools to inspire the problem solvers of tomorrow. Create, design, automate, and model virtually anything from scratch. It's all waiting for you at Scioto County Career Technical Center. For more information, visit us online at sciototech.org.
Scioto Tech.
Showman, but Billy Joel is
watching
the musician.
Zone Sports.
I mean, it was funny to listen to them play each other's songs. And we're back. 6:51 on the clock, and the score is 47-35. Big period here for both teams.
AC/DC playing there at the break.
That's it.
Feel a little electricity here in the final quarter. And a foul there on the turnaround. Chase McClay going to the line, shooting two.
He's been pretty accurate from the line tonight.
Got mugged inside there by Tyler Mitchell. Well, I asked Coach Smith if this was senior night, and he said no, we actually have a couple more home games. So.
Yeah. I know Portsmouth senior night is Tuesday.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's always a good time. Give them an opportunity to give thanks to these boys that hung around, win or lose, for 4 years. You know, it's really something, all the practices and camps and everything that they have to do to play ball.
It's a lot of effort, even if you sit the bench.
Yeah, it's
and
not
a lot
easy.
Of guys do, you know.
Yeah, it's not easy. And I always hate to hear people complain, man, our team's not any good. You know, you go out there and practice.
That's it.
You know, give yourself up 24/7 for about 5 months.
Yep.
Zahler again off the glass, and he's feeding down there on that low block right now.
Yeah, he is.
Got a quick foul. This time it's going to be on Millette. Little smile there. I don't know if that was a guilty smile or what that was,
I think that's what it was.
He's still smiling.
He's like, yep, that was me.
Oh, well.
I got it.
I tried. Quick flash to the corner, and a tough, not much of an angle to get that one in. And Shope just undressed him there on the sidelines, man. Come away with the ball and going the other way.
Yep.
Gets fouled in the attempt on the opposite end. Shope's had a good game tonight as well.
He has.
Off the back iron on the first attempt. Shope now with 10 points. Millette leading with 12 for the Indians. Chase McClay leads the Mohawks with 10 at this juncture. And Shope missing the second as well. Game not over. 49-37 your score, 12-point deficit. with 6 minutes roughly remaining in the contest. Certainly this game could still go either way, but the Mohawks, they need a surge. They need to drop a few here. Complete pass to the backcourt. And foul. So McClay will go to the line. This kind of harkens us back to how the first quarter was played out, just a whole lot of drives and fouls.
Yeah.
McClay studied the rim hard that time, didn't he?
Yeah, he
really
did.
focused on that first shot.
Went right in, too.
I was thinking he might take himself out of his rhythm there by waiting so long, but let's see if he does it again. Maybe that's just his style. A little bit quicker that time, but it goes down as well. He is 6 for 8 from the free throw line tonight. 14 points on the even. I tell you, well, Zaylor is just taking it to him. Brandon Hobbs picking up the foul, and easy two on the backside there by
Zaylor's just
Zaylor.
drilling it, isn't he?
Yeah. He's having a heck of a fourth quarter here. That's his 8th point now. And Millette is back to that wry smile that he's got going on there. I think he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar again. That's Millette's 3rd personal foul. And the team's 8th. Mohawks now in the bonus situation with Crabtree at the line. Very quick release there. Rattles that one home. Six points for Crabtree, and now 7. The second shot very much like the first. And now the Mohawks, full court pressure, looks like man-to-man. And that works out pretty well. Quick steal. Thought they might get a quick shot there too. Lane's pretty open. Drive. McClay again, very active inside McClay this game. Yeah, just off the mark in both cases there. And I don't think he was fouled at all. I think he just landed awkwardly and fell. Cunningham with the drive. Trying to pitch it back out. And we have a foul on Braden Campbell, the freshman called there. That's his 3rd foul. 6 team fouls for the Mohawks. Very close to that bonus situation. Millette looking to rotate it back over to Zaylor. Back to Millette, and he's off. We're going to get a call on the backside now. And the 3 will not count. Oh, it was pretty.
The cheer block liked it.
Yes, they did. That's Connor Fell that fell that shot. Braden Campbell with the foul. Now he's got 4. And missing the front end. It's going to stay here. Cunningham's tired. He's just tired.
He is.
You can tell the body action just shows it to you. And he's still able to put up a backside rebound.
Yeah.
Borns from the corner, off the back iron, long rebound, back out to the Mohawks. Drive, deflected, again put up, short. Lots of opportunities, and Crabtree finally able to finish there from a few feet away.
Crabtree's out there just all full of energy.
He has 9 now in the contest after not scoring in the first half. Nice pass, and Crabtree over the top, and in an effort to block a shot there, he went down pretty hard.
Yeah,
I think he's going to have a little black and blue on his hip there.
Yeah, he is.
He already has a little apparatus there on his right leg.
Yeah.
So he walks to the sideline a little gingerly. Looks like Valley's going to take advantage of this situation and talk to his players a little bit.
That's a shame, man. Crabtree's all over the place, bouncing around. You see that?
Yeah, having a heck of a third and fourth quarter here.
Yeah.
Scoring 9 and just being more of a presence on the floor. Mohawk's going to miss him the rest of the way out if indeed he is done for the day. So Zahler been a thorn in the side of the Mohawks now in the fourth quarter with 8 points just in that quarter alone. This will make 13 total if he gets to go, and he does not. Coach Horton prepares a sub to come in. Tyler Mitchell will be subbing in, and Zahler off the mark on his second one as well. Northwest with still opportunities coming up on 4 minutes. They're going to have to drop a few shots here. Lazy pass, they're lucky to get that one out there. Bourne's quick from the corner, and there's one of those shots we were talking about, and that's the guy that's capable of doing it. He's their best three-baller.
That's a big shot.
And he loves the corner.
Hey.
Mohawks need a stop here. Dangerous reach over there by Bournes. And a quick jump ball situation. Arrow's going to favor Valley. Connor Fell takes a seat. I'll tell you what, that's who I'd go to as well, but this time, Zahler steps and a turnover back to the Mohawks.
That might be what the Mohawks need.
I'll tell you what now, if they drained another 3 right here, 4-point game.
That's it.
It don't take much to turn a game like this. And this time, Bournes is off, not from the corner this time. Bournes get back in the corner. You like it down there, buddy.
Yeah, he does.
From the wing, maybe a little bit outside of his range. You know, kids are shooting it from way further out than they used to, though.
They are, but you know what? None of us were encouraged to shoot it from that far out.
Well, no. Well, and we didn't have the three-point line when I was playing either.
We didn't either,
so
yeah.
There you go. And we had a conversation today, me and Ben Richard, about warm-ups. They don't even wear them anymore. So we got a timeout here, 7-point lead for the Valley Indians.
Automotive Service in Medford is a full-service garage which handles all mechanical work from oil changes to engine changes. AJ's does computer diagnostics, will reflash computers, and can reprogram key fobs. Located between the Muletown Mini Mart and AJ's used automotive buy here, pay here car lot, visit AJ's Automotive Service at 5907 Lucasville Medford Road in Medford. And if you want your car to look as good as it runs, AJ's Automotive Service offers complete auto detailing. Call 740-820-2515 for an appointment.
They were warm-ups.
They did.
You're watching Zone Sports.
Yeah, my wife or my daughter brought all kinds of crap. She's like 2 sets. And we're back. 3:16 left to go in this ball game as the Indians are leading by 7 points, and the Mohawks are doing everything they can to catch back up.
Valley with the ball off the break has a chance to run what was drawn up. And we're going to have a foul on the floor. Chase McClay is going to pick up the personal. That would be his 4th and team 9th. So in the bonus, and as was the first half, it looks like before this thing's over, we could very well get into double bonus both sides of the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah.
Shope at the line. And I'll tell you what, they've been missing quite a few of them. Valley getting a putback.
That's it.
And that could be huge toward the outcome of this game. Tanner Cunningham with a quick putback.
Well, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
My niche, I really think, is pediatrics. I love little kids. I enjoy being around them. It's a very rewarding field to be in. I chose Shawnee. They had a great nursing program. I couldn't ask for a better place to be. From the very beginning, I knew that I wanted to continue my education, so I'm working on my master's degree in nursing informatics. I'm kind of the translator between the worlds of nursing and information technology, and I couldn't have done it without the education and the support from Shawnee State.
Be in and out in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm in it for like 12 minutes.
I'm lotioned and done in 15 minutes.
We go for like 20 minutes.
I'd say 9 minutes is just about right.
I can only go like 10 minutes. No matter how long you can go, you won't have to wait for the sun to look fine. You can come to the sun spot where the sun always shines.
Have you ever seen the whitest kids you know?
You're watching Southern Sports. Game on.
And we're back. 2:56 left to go in this ball game. It is a 9-point ball game.
I don't know who's rocking the tunes, but we've got a good DJ tonight.
We do, we do.
Crabtree just taking it down the middle. The drive and the pitch and the one.
That's it.
This could be big. Timmy Emmons with the deuce. If he can make this, gets him down to a 2-possession game. Zahler quickly re-entering the lineup. Tyler Mitchell comes out. And Emmons at the stripe. Finishing the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Timmy Emmons.
Oh, big steal.
And the steal.
Big steal. McQuaid coming in.
Still got plenty of time. Don't throw up a bad shot. Too quick.
Yeah.
2.5 minutes still. And then they give it back. That's a dagger.
Yeah,
Cunningham very quick on the left side. Left-hander.
Crabtree's back in, moving around good.
A little higher off the glass, and that goes in. And again, Emmons with the putback. Nobody gets back in time to stop. Connor Fell with finish there.
It is a fast-paced game now.
Yeah, we're going back and forth a little bit. You can sense the urgency now.
Yep.
Really in both teams. And Valley don't have to hurry, but you can kind of feel that they are. Air ball there, just a push. Now Show pulling it out a little bit. Clock's on our side. Let's eat it up a little bit. Force Northwest come out, closely guard. They do. And just an errant pass to Zahler, who kind of checked himself up before he got to the sideline. Took his eye off the ball, and it just goes off his fingers, out of bounds.
Right out.
Northwest basketball.
This may be the break they need. They can just if they can just get some of their shots to drop.
Yeah. Crabtree really wants to step back there. But who do you give it to? Who do you want to give it to? I'd give it to Timmy Emmons too. That's your guy tonight.
Yep.
Taking it to the hole, forcing yet another foul. He's just got to make his free throws now.
Yep. Well, the Mohawks have been really good with the free throws.
Mm-hmm. Zahler picking up his fourth foul. Where that could become key is if they actually went into overtime. They might not have the services of Zahler.
Yeah, that's true.
And Emmons off the mark with the second one. Still a 7-point lead, so a 3-possession game. And Valley, they really ought to be able to get into cruise control. But Northwest just turning up the heat, trying to force the turnover. Got to make shots on the other end. Coming up on 1 minute, they're going to be forced to foul now, and they do. Timmy Emmons again forcing the action there, picking up his third foul and putting Mason Zahler on the line. Zahler just missed 2 free throws a moment ago, so he might be the guy to put on there. Both teams now with 10 fouls apiece.
That was my position in basketball.
You were the enforcer?
I was the fouler.
My position was on the bench. The end of the bench, actually.
The end of the bench.
Yeah, I wasn't even good enough to get up close to the coach.
Close to the water fountain.
Coach West put me in. Nah, I don't think so, Jay.
Coach West.
I don't think so. I've seen you play, son. Quick pass inside, just good defense. Tough to get it over Zahler's 6'5" frame.
Yep.
And at this point in time, unless something really crazy happens,
yep,
I've got Zahler as our most valuable player of the game.
He's definitely been putting it up.
Got a big fourth quarter here. Long pass, complete, but turned over. Unable to get a handle on that is Cade Millette. And again, he just smiles a lot,
doesn't he?
He's a pleasant young man.
He's like, I just like being here.
Dak, if that was on me.
I just like being here.
Born from way outside. I believe that ball was deflected. And Zahler, if he could dunk, he would have.
I was going to say, he was looking like he wanted to try it, didn't he?
Yeah, all kinds of time, that's for sure. Bourne's mishandling it at first, getting it to Crabtree. Got 30-some seconds to go, and it's deflected again.
A lot of shorts.
And from deep, Borens. There's that shot we've been looking for, but it's just a little bit too late.
That's it. Well, that's a break. We'll take a break, and we'll come right back.
Everything your customers see tells a story. Let the UPS store help you tell the right one. We do printing, packing, notarizing, faxing, shredding, binding, consulting, creating, designing, returning, mailboxing, and of course, shipping. Together, there's nothing we can't solve. Stop by our locally owned and operated UPS store on 11th Street in Portsmouth today to see how we can help you with everything your small business needs.
Something.
You're watching.
It's a duck, Coach. No, it's not a duck.
It's not a duck.
Game on.
And we're back. 27 seconds left on the clock as the Indians lead the Mohawks by 8 at a score of 63-55. Big game tonight. Great game to watch for all of you out there. Great game for us to come to.
Valley getting the ball in bounds there, and again, Northwest quickly fouling.
Into
and
the
honestly,
stands.
he got a whole lot of ball there. It looked like somebody about got one
Yeah.
to the face there.
Yeah.
There in the cheap seats.
Mm-hmm.
Braden Campbell for the Northwest Mohawks will get his 5th and final foul of the evening.
Want to thank the staff out here at Northwest, as they're always great to accommodate us to come out and do the games. So big thanks to Dave Franz and everybody out here.
Cunningham, Tanner Cunningham, 6-foot senior, makes his first and his second.
Yeah.
And there again, these kids know each other. You had your 24s down here, Mason Zahler and Braden Borens. They were talking, during the break,
Yep.
These guys have known each other for a little bit. Crabtree
Almost
hard off the glass
Almost
from
got
three.
that three.
Whole lot of opportunities. Mohawks just that's been the story tonight. They've just not been able to get those shots to go down.
Yep.
Played their hearts out and just, I don't know what their shooting percentage was, but it wasn't very high.
Yep, wasn't enough.
And a lot of them close inside, but there again, many of those shots were probably either deflected, out blocked, or altered by young Mr. Zahler down there.
You're right.
Andrew Shope off the mark. Again, that's his 3rd miss in this 4th quarter. He'd be running some suicides for me.
Yeah.
Missing those free throws. And again. The final ticks of the game. And that'll be a final between these two teams. So your final score is 65-55.
That's it.
That's one of those situations where you have to say it pretty quick because the score immediately went away.
That's it. Well, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with our wrap-up after this.
Credit Union has been named a Best in State Credit Union by Forbes magazine. Measured by trustworthiness, digital products, branch services, and member satisfaction, Forbes ranks Atomic among the top 2.5% of the best banks and credit unions in the U.S. Atomic Credit Union offers 13 local branches as well as online and mobile banking. To learn more about Atomic, visit our website at www.atomiccu.com.
Wheelersburg Cinema has been entertaining the area for over 40 years with the latest movie releases. Our friendly staff will treat you like family from the minute you walk in to buy a ticket. Our snack bar has all your favorites, especially the fresh popcorn. Show up early and have some fun in the arcade, or just head on in to get the best seats in the house. Bring the whole family and enjoy the personal touches from this locally owned and operated cinema. Wheelersburg Cinema, 8805 Ohio River Road in Wheelersburg.
The Stephen A. Hunter Hope Fund was founded in memory of local student Stephen A. Hunter. One of the most successful programs is the Stevens Power Pack program, which provides food for local children in need. The most recent hunger statistics from Feeding America reveal that almost 1 in 3 children in Scioto, Pike, and Adams counties are food insecure. That's almost 50% higher than the national average. So when you're ready to give, think about giving locally. Charity begins at home.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance. Powell Insurance Agency in New Boston is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Haven't tried our pizza? We have the deal for you. An 18-inch one topping for only $11.99 at BG's Pizzeria in Blackbirds of New Boston, Ohio. Call 740-456-8255 and order yours today.
You're watching Zone Sports. Game on.
And we're back as we've just wrapped up the one of the better SOC games we've watched this season.
Yeah, it was a good contest. Yeah,
between the Indians and the Mohawks, with the Indians being victorious at a score of 65-55 over the Mohawks. We'd like to thank everybody for being out here. Let's talk about the game a little bit, Jay, and what do you got?
Well, before the game, we talked, both coaches had their keys to success coming into the contest tonight, and Valley, they wanted to set the tone defensively, and I think they did that, limiting Northwest to 55 points. You're going to win most games when you can hold your opposing team to 55 or less. And Northwest, on the flip side, they wanted to limit their turnovers, and I don't think they were successful there. They turned the ball over quite a lot of mistakes out there on the floor, but they wanted to rebound well, and I think they did well there. Just unfortunately, they weren't able to make shots once they got their second, third, and in some cases fourth opportunities to put it back up.
Well, I want to say that they were extremely energetic.
Yeah.
They did not give up.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, they were there till the end, and honestly, even with a minute to go in the game, plenty of opportunity to come back. And it was a 2-possession game with, I believe, a minute left.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was a good game, really came down to it. Coach Horton for Valley did a great job, as did Coach Jason Smith from Northwest Valley. They improved to 6-13 overall on the season, 4-8 in the SOC, and they will play West next. That's on Tuesday. Northwest, they fall to 1-18 and winless in the SOC, 0-12. So that's where the two teams stand. For the victors, well, let me start with Northwest. For the Mohawks tonight, Billy Crabtree finished with 9 points after being scoreless in the first half, so he really put in a good second half of work there. Nathan Rivers scored 2. Timmy Emmons had 14, as did Chase McClay. Braden Campbell, the freshman, had 4. Ashton Hall finished with 6, and Braden Bournes had a nice night with 3 threes. He had 9 points total. Valley, the winners tonight, Andrew Shope finished with 10. Dylan Ellis had 4. Tyler Mitchell, 5. Connor Fell, he had 2. Cade Millette had a nice game, and he smiled about it from time to time.
Yeah, he did.
He had 14 points. Tanner Cunningham really turned in a great performance tonight, too, with 16 total points, and a lot of that coming in the fourth quarter. He had 8 in the fourth frame. And Mason Zaylor, though, our Toro Loco player of the game, 16 total points and 12 of that coming in the final quarter. He owned the lane.
He did.
There at the end of the game.
A lot of rebounds. I mean, honestly, he did a great job tonight.
Sure did.
Yeah. Well, all that being said, we'd like to thank you for joining us this evening and throughout the high school basketball season. Remember, we've got one more game next week for the regular season, and after that, we'll be following teams through the playoffs. So we'd like to invite you to come and sit with us each week as we go through Zone High School sports for the remainder of the season. All that being said, I'm Chuck Jones.
This is Jay Miller.
And we're out of here.